Please have your seats. The chairman of our party, Theodore Momo. I see some vice chairpersons. I see the vice chair for administration, the vice chair for mobilization, the chairman of the youth wing, the deputy secretary general, the assistant secretary general. I see the acting vice chair of the woman wing. Yes. And I see a lot of people here, including the full estate. But most importantly, I see our youth members. We bring you greetings from your political party, the ALP. Today is your day. Today you have embarked upon a new journey in life. And we hope that this journey will lead you into success, will make you a better man and a better woman, will enlighten you politically, will push you forward educationally, financially, morally, but most importantly, nationally, that you will rise up and become a true patriot of Liberia. On behalf of all your members, local and abroad, we would like to thank you for making this bold step, and we want to encourage you to come not as an ordinary member, but one who is devoted not primarily to ALP, but to your country. One who wants to see a change, and one who will fight for that change, no matter what the circumstances are. We welcome you aboard, and we pray that God will bless you, and God will continue to bless the All Liberian Party. My people, we're in difficult times in our country and all around the world, as our president is fighting to cope with the changes in the world as a result of COVID-19, all the economic crisis all around the world, which is a direct residue of COVID-19 and many problems. We also in Liberia are shoulder with a lot of these problems. If ever before we needed good people in our parties, trustworthy Liberians, people who are patriotic, it's now that we need them. We need patriotic Liberians. People who know Liberia, who live in Liberia, who have experienced Liberia, to take the mantle of authority and lead our country and bring about the change we all are craving for. My people, Liberia is our home. We have nowhere to go. I listened to speakers talking about how I stepped aside in the interest of our country and made a hard decision to put somebody who I ran against 3 years ago for the presidency. My people, we are a believer in the people. When you know what the people want, and you hear what the people say, and you don't follow what the people want, you get into problems. God cannot come from heaven and speak. He speaks through people. My people, I've listened to all the radio shows. listen to all the polling done there. I go on Facebook, I see it. The Liberian people have spoken clearly. Let me remind you, some years ago, when Taylor was coming to Monrovia, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf campaigned with the token of the saying, he killed your ma, he killed your pa, he looted your country, don't vote for him. The Liberian people responded, he killed our ma, he killed our pa, we'll vote for him. 3+ years ago, when we were in the campaign for the presidency, we tried to convince our people. We told them, the man y'all want to vote for, he's not prepared to be president. He's not educated, he doesn't have the experience. The Liberian people responded, he no vote, we'll vote for him. We have come back again. We have come back again to another election. We see people being most disrespectful. Because we in Liberia, I'm a traditional man. We in Liberia, we know how to respect our elders. And for Liberia, we need experienced people. Now we have people abusing our elder. He old, he this, he that, and he's the other. But now I'm beginning to hear, because I go all over this country, sit down and drink with my people in the evening. I have nothing to worry about. Nobody wants to harm Urey. And I'm not afraid of anybody or anything. We sit down to drink, we hear them say, he owe, we'll vote for him. The Liberian people, they are speaking again. He owe, we'll vote for him. So this propaganda thing doesn't work. People need to know how the Liberian people think. The Liberian people's minds are made up. Nothing you tell them, nothing you do to them will stop them. They have already said again, he owe, we'll vote for him. But my people, it's good that all of you can come here today to join this party, which actually means you are part of CPP, and whoever is elected as stand-up bearer for CPP, you will start pushing that mandate to go and get them elected as the next president of Liberia. We want you all to push our party. I want the world to know today that we have quietly been moving like rubber ants. COVID-19 has, stopped us from having these programs. But in the next few weeks, we have many of them. I can tell you, in the last 6 months, we have easily recruited over 5,000 persons in the ALP. Over 5,000. And in the next few months, we'll continue to have these programs because our country is a little bit safer health-wise. So we are working. We are working everywhere. We are moving, we're making progress. And this work we're doing is to ensure that the CPP ticket will be strong. Whoever is elected, they will have ALP on their side. And that would be a powerful force. I think we did 2017, where votes were assigned to people. It will not happen in the next election. Some of it was done to humiliate your enemies, but it will not be possible this time. We pray that President Weah will ensure that the election is free, fair, and transparent. And at the conclusion of it, whatever the result is, he will accept it, and the Liberian people will accept it, and will move our country forward. My people, over the past, now that we have welcomed all of our new members, I want to talk to the old members of ALP. You know, in every organization, you have these interfights. You know, people are afraid when new people come in, they will take some of their functions, and they will be very apprehensive in welcoming them. I want to tell our old members, y'all don't try it. You old, you new, it doesn't matter. You are a member of the ALP. And all rights that is given to an old member is given to a new member. I want to let you know that also you member, you must learn to respect the old one. And you know, in the ALP, we are different parties. We love one another. Your trouble is our trouble. Your happiness is our happiness. I want us to keep this aspect of our party going. You know, nothing pleases me like go to a wedding of somebody from ALP and see all our parties in there. When somebody dies, everybody there. You know, 2 times you can really tell your friends. When you're really happy, they're there to laugh with you. When you're really sad, they're there to cry with you. And this is what this family is about. Our party is not only a party, it's a big family. We don't discriminate. Y'all can come walk in my office, you ain't gotta leave yourself home. We eat together, we drink together, we do everything. A lot of people criticize, a lot of them criticize me, and they say, oh, you're too liberal with these people. You allow room for disrespect. I said, well, look, that's how I was brought up. I wasn't brought up as a bourgeois. I came up like a plebeian. So there is nothing, you know, that I can do with my people. I will continue my lifestyle. Nothing will change it. Nothing. I will continue to meet, joke, eat, and socialize with my people. That piece, I think, you'll carry somewhere else. So, my people, the old partisan, take your new people in, put your arms around them, show them the ALP love, and show them the ALP concern, and show them our discipline, because we don't joke, y'all. We don't joke here when you go against a party constitution and you do any undermining, we'll chop you all straight without afraid. And you see, no amount of noise can really stop us. We've been through it all. Our skin thicker than elephant skin. So let them continue to talk. They can continue to abuse. They continue to insult. In fact, there's nothing more to say. The biggest thing they got to say are working Taylor government. But the fact of the matter is that I wasn't here for the war. That's the missing. I wasn't in this country for the war. I came in after the war. I worked for a legitimate government. Charles Taylor government was an elected government for and by the people of Liberia. You know, and all this rumor about a fought war, you know, and all that foolishness. There's proof. I lived in Sierra Leone and went to Ivory Coast. When peace came to Liberia, I came to Liberia. You know, they're missing the name of, yes, there was somebody with the name of Urey, but it certainly wasn't better than Urey. You know, but that's not the issue. Let them keep on talking. If they believe the real professional journalists, let them write the American embassy and ascertain whether I'm on sanction. They will get a no. Let them write the British government, ascertain if I'm on sanction. They will say no. Let the UN then write them and ascertain, and they will say no. But they keep on promulgating this misinformation because they got nothing else to say. And I bet them, this is old propaganda. They keep recycling the old propaganda. Keep recycling the old propaganda. But who cares? Let them speak. The Liberian people know me. I've been with them through all the difficult times, and they know me. But I want to also use this occasion to comment on something that is in the social media, and it's trending all around, and it's in the news about a decision that was made a few days ago at a local hotel by the 4 political leaders. We met as 4 political leaders of the constituent political parties of the CPP. And on our agenda included a report on the consensus aspect of the collaboration. Also on that agenda was a framework document. I asked the chairman of the CPP to investigate a situation where we have been informed that the CPP framework document that was at NEC was not the original CPP document. So I asked her to please write NEC and get an official copy of that CPP document so we can verify whether or not the document was changed, because we have approximately 4 copies, different copies of this framework document flowing around. We wanted to have one document with the 4 political parties that we can use as a working document to carry on our work. That was the second item. I think the third item on the agenda was the selection of candidates for this by-election. We went through the agenda. During that process, we asked the acting chair to report on the consensus process. And she informed us, I want you all to listen carefully. Bernard Urey, he doesn't lie. We asked her to give a report on the consensus process. And at that time, she informed us that 2 things are happening in the whole consensus process. Number 1, COVID-19 caused them not to function for almost 4 months, which is true. Everybody in the world, or in Liberia in particular, know that COVID-19 had everyone afraid. Everybody was staying at home, and so she couldn't, do what she needed to do in the consensus process. We did recognize that. The second point she made was that she has only received notification from one party that they have a standard bearer, and that was Unity Party. She informed us that Unity Party informed her, the CPP, through her, that they had elected Joseph Neiman Boyka as a standard bearer. Well, the world knows that Bernard Urey is not running for president of the Republic of Liberia. The world also knows that Yumli Kanga is not running as president. So there were only one other person that we needed to get confirmation from the party that they are running. So, and she informed us that she had not gotten the letter or notice from ANC that Alex Cummings is a candidate. So we asked Mr. Cummings in that meeting, and he stated that by the end of this week, ANC will be having a meeting to decide when they will have their convention to elect him as standard bearer. I want the world to know, he informed us that by the end of this week, ANC will be meeting to inform, meeting to decide when they will have their convention to elect the standard bearer. You see, we must always be truthful to everything. It was based on that we said, okay, we give our sister party time, to get their standard bearer, and then we move on. The other point was the framework document. I made the interjection. I said, look, we have to solve this framework document because we need working documents. We can't be going for consensus, talking about primary when we don't know what framework document we're working with. So, all the three other political leaders agreed that we appoint a committee comprising of one member from each political party. And this committee will go ahead, and she did present us a copy of the framework document that was given to NEC. So I said, okay, this committee will look at the framework document and compare it with the old framework document, and they will examine it to find out if the content of that document has been tampered with. Legally, there are two things you can look at: the content of the document and the procedure that will follow in following the document. So they'll look at the content and the procedure, and they will determine whether there was anything done wrong. We said, look, we need this thing done fast because this consensus process has to continue. So let's put some urgency to it. And the chairman was instructed to give this committee a 1-week mandate to report back to the committee. And once they report back to the committee on their findings, we take it and send it to the legal team. So I want the world to know that this thing was done to accommodate ANC. So we decided that we extend the tenure of the acting chair for 1 month to give her a chance to correct this framework document thing, and that ANC may be able to produce a candidate. Now, I want the world to know the precedence is there. When I was appointed organizing chairman, there was one item in the framework document that kept us going for almost 1 year: the VPS. We pleaded, we argued. I stayed on for 4 months until we could get this framework document concluded. The day we signed it, I turned over the mantle of authority to Alexander Cummings. I want the world to listen. We turned it over to Cummings. He took over. He served 2 additional months to his term. So other than 8, he was there for another approximately 2 months. So what is the big deal about this senator remaining chair until what? We can have a candidate for ANC where she can begin the consensus process, and we settle this difference with the collaborating document. Then the people are all around, especially in social media, quoting framework document. What framework document you got? Who knows if it's real? That is the question. So, the framework document y'all keep quoting, I hope it doesn't choke you. The framework document you're quoting, I hope it doesn't choke you. Because some of these quotes We know it was not in the original document because there's only one framework document that we signed. And it's that document we signed on the day we turned over to Mr. Cummings. If there was an amendment or change in the framework document, it should have been brought back to the parties. The executive committee had to pass on it, and the political leaders signed it and take it to the next. Also, we know for a fact from the document NEC gave us to our chairman, the document that was filed to NEC was photocopied. That should not have happened. So my people, this information are already in the press. We didn't want to comment on it, but since it's going on in the press now, and they have started the usual thing abusing, we respond. We respond. We owe the Liberian people the right explanation of what happened. And no amount of cussing or insulting. And let me end it by saying one thing. Taylor government was a legitimate government. Even if, which I didn't, never in my life, even if the president had instructed me to buy or pay arms and ammunition, it's not illegal. He was a legitimate government. We were fighting war in this country. But I didn't do it. But they must stop this foolishness of citing it. There's nothing illegal in it. If the government buy arms and ammunition, it's illegal. They have a responsibility to protect the borders of this country and the lives of its people. So what's the big issue about buying guns? Oh man, I thank you all.
And so the speech was from the All Liberian Party.
Thank you very much.